This video is part of the course that is Build REST API with Spring Boot and Spring Data JPA. Link for this course is given in the description. Hello and welcome back. In this lecture, we will create our controller and service layer. So by default, we know that in a Spring Boot application, this annotation combines three different annotations, and one of that is @component_scan. So by default, this package will get inside the component scan. We don't need to explicitly have that one. So it's not a good idea to have our controller and service layer and all things inside the same package. Only one package will contain all the things. That's not the good idea. So what I have did over here is that I have created two different packages, one for controller and one for service. So this will have our controllers, and from the controller whatever request will come, we will call the service layer. So service layer will hit the database and will have the business logic. So that we will cover in upcoming lectures. So this is our structure. So now we have added these packages. So we need to have this inside the component scan. Otherwise our REST controller or @controller or @service annotation will not work. So for that, after the Spring Boot application, here we have @component_scan. Now two things you can do over here. Say for example, whatever package that is after dot, that means com example dot, you want to have inside the component scan, then you can do like this, dot and then star. So com example controller, then service, whatever you will add or create the new package after the com dot example, that will come in the component scan. So here we just have provided dot star. So anything after com dot example, it will cover in the component scan. But if you want to have the packages explicitly, you want to mention that I just want to have these packages in the component scan, then also we can do that. So I'm commenting this one for your reference and say the controller. So this is one. Now here we can give like array of string. So the first entry, then the service, so this is how you can add the multiple packages as well. So you can consider this as an array of string. Whatever you want to add, just add the number of packages like this. So as of now, we just have added controller and service packages. So now we are good to use annotations like @controller, @service and @REST controller. So now let's create our very first controller, and that will be REST controller. So let's create the separate class that is basically our controller class, and I'm giving the name as student controller. So now the first thing is that we need to annotate this class with the @REST controller. So basically this @REST controller is the combination of @controller and @response body annotation. So here we can have @controller annotation, and then whatever APIs we develop right inside this controller, we need to have @response body on each and every method, basically on each and every API. So instead of that, we can have @REST controller annotation. So that will be the combination of @controller and @response body annotation. So this is most of the common question asked in the interview. So just make a note for that. So now we will have @request mapping annotation. So here we will map the URI. Say I want to have the URI like /API/student. So this is on the top of the controller. Why? Because say for example, we have some APIs, say student/create, then update, then delete. So say we have this 3, 4, and say another one is get student API, anything like that inside the student controller. So if someone looks at the URI, not the complete URL this is, so if someone looks at the URI, then the person will get idea that, okay, this is the student API, will create the student, this will update the student, this will delete the student, and this will give the student. So on each and every API, whatever API we will have inside the student controller, as we proceed in the course, we will create the APIs. So on each and everything, we don't need to have this prefix. So what we did over here is that we have this /student. You can consider it as a prefix on the top of the controller, so that we don't need to have it on the each and every method, basically on each and every API. So this is our prefix for the student. And say if we create another controller over here like department controller, and that will we have /API/department, and then we can have /create/update APIs over there. So that we will get idea that, okay, this will create the department, this will update the department, and whatever inside the student controller with the /student prefix, that will create the student and update the student, whatever URI is there. So now we are ready with our REST controller. If you like the video, then please subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, like the video, do comment in the comment section, and share with your friends. If you want to learn how to build REST APIs with Spring Boot and Spring Data JPA, then I am having complete course on it. This course covers REST API, Spring Boot, Spring Data JPA, Spring AOP, that is Aspect Oriented Programming, documenting the REST APIs with Swagger, Project Lombok to avoid the boilerplate code in Java, and many other topics. Link for this course is given in the description. Just click on that link and start your journey with Spring Boot and Spring Data JPA. We'll see you in the another video. Till then, happy learning and happy coding.